Welcome to our video, where we address building the functional knowledge and skills of students to improve schooling retention and better prepare them for success after school. Our targeted school is Granville Boys High School, which is located in the most multicultural region in Australia and runs from Year 7 to Year 12. Granville Boys is an all-boys school with an enrolment of 490 students, with 99% of the cohort from culturally and linguistically diverse backgrounds. The school has a 0% Indigenous population and a relatively low socioeconomic status, with roughly 69% of students having parents in the bottom quarter of earners. Granville Boys High School is a positive behaviour intervention school that promotes safe, respectful learning. However, only 55% of students attend 90% of the time. This affects overall classroom learning and suggests many students have no intention of sitting near HSC. There is also a strong correlation between lack of attendance and higher chances of becoming an at-risk student. With such a high percentage of non-attendance, this places students at risk of not meeting their requirements for satisfactory completion of the HSC. By failing to be part of a social schooling environment regularly, students are not able to develop the competent personal and social skills required to appropriately communicate and interact with others. Accordingly, Granville Boys High School is committed to preparing students for life, providing a broad academic and vocational program which meets the needs, interests, and abilities of students in an attempt to respond to community priorities and values. Therefore, as agents of change, we have come together to propose an action research to resolve the issue.
Welcome back, team. Let's go through our findings. Research suggests that there is a direct correlation between low attendance rates and the display of destructive behaviours. This ultimately causes students to drop out of school. The majority of students at Granville Boys High School come from low SES backgrounds, which can have a strong negative impact on their academic achievement. As a result of these findings, there is a need for a positive behavioural intervention program that promotes positive relationships, interpersonal competence, safety, and enables students to endeavour towards appropriate lifelong decisions. The main aim of our project is to use collaborative education to ensure that students at Granville Boys High School become active future citizens and pursue future occupation and employment. I will now pass on to Nahida.
It sounds like many students at Granville Boys are at risk and as a result are highly likely to endure unsuccessful futures. They need to develop an appreciation, value, and alertness for the need of personal and social capability and enterprising skills for the workforce, because they won't survive in the real world. They just simply won't be able to effectively manage themselves, relationships, life, work, and ongoing learning for a stable and healthy living. And I'm sure we can all agree with this. So I believe the school requires a program whereby students are able to have a strong understanding of the importance of personal and social preparedness for a life after school and are able to distill safe behaviors which would help them gain employment. Effectively, this would increase students' chances of completing school and higher education and training, gain independence, and cultivate their personal and social capabilities. So looking at what the school system requires for this particular cohort of students, I think it's imperative that we aim to increase attendance rates and students' personal and career development skills via a program that enhances personal and social capability. Yusuf, on to you.
Because of this reason, we have chosen to create lessons within different vocational courses, which will incorporate real-world problems through relatable content that students can effectively make connections with. This is because many students have difficulties in connecting content to real-world applications, which may be one of the reasons for their failure. This is further supported by the research that suggests pedagogy must be of demonstrable relevance to the immediate worlds of students, and it must enable them to analyze, theorize, and intellectually engage with those worlds. Also, tasks need to be designed to allow students to work collaboratively in pairs or collectively in groups to build upon their personal and social capabilities. As mentioned in our literature, peer learning yields supportive relationships and promotes active learning, well-being, good communication skills, and higher achievement rates and greater productivity in terms of enhanced learning outcomes. Delilah, I'm going to pass it on to you.
Can I have the next slide? So the initiative includes a project-based learning approach via a mandatory requirement for satisfactory completion, which is a HSC VET course inclusive of 180 HSC indicative hours, introduced in Term 1 of Year 12 and commenced at the start of Term 2 for a duration of 10 weeks. Work placement is to be taken in any vocational occupation desired by the student, whereby students develop a respective project. This decision was made as the vocational courses help to develop students' enterprising skills, which can be transferred across different occupations and are necessitated by young people in order to evolve their technical skills, and thus help them navigate more jobs and make them more employable. This initiative provides opportunities for students to taste the world of work by spending time in a real or simulated workplace and engage in real-world projects. By the end of Year 12, students are anticipated to be work-ready by possessing the appropriate enterprising skills universal employers desire in new-coming employees. Mesa, on to you.
Young people need to learn enterprise skills to prepare them for the economy of the future, so they can become job creators, not just job seekers, and navigate more complex careers. Enterprise skills are generic skills that are transferable across different jobs and have been found to be a powerful predictor of long-term job success. Enterprising skills include problem solving, creativity and innovation, communications, and teamwork, confidence and agency, enthusiasm for ongoing learning, financial and digital literacy, critical thinking, presentation skills, project management, and global enthusiasm and leadership.
There are 4 primary goals for this project. 1. Develop and enhance social and personal capabilities and enterprising skills through vocational training and work experience. 2. Infiltrate a willingness to participate in in-school activities and courses and have a strong affiliation to the school environment. 3. Develop resilience to increase an appreciation and understanding for the importance of personal and social preparedness for a life after school and safe behaviors. 4. Help produce qualifications and clear real-world associative connections through vocational training and work experience. Vocational courses help students gain technical knowledge and skills through hands-on experience via project-based learning. Project-based activities enable students to work cooperatively with others, which helps develop their interpersonal skills and explore their personal identity. Research has shown a correlation between poor school attendance and problems later in life, like delinquency and issues with family relationships and gaining employment, and vocational apprenticeships help build students' resiliency, developing the listed key attributes. Vocational education also transfers a tactic way of thinking and practicing into explicit knowledge and actions, which can be applied by blending instruction and encouraging formal and informal collaboration through discovery learning.
So what type of intervention are we undertaking? Our intervention is a compulsory vocational training that selected high-risk senior students with minimal school attendance will undertake. Students must undergo training in their field of interest for a duration of 10 weeks or 1 term, whereby they work on and develop a specific project within that field via a PBL approach. The intervention will target several stakeholders, including students, teachers, parents, the principal, and welfare staff.
Students will attend lessons willingly in the training, which impacts their learning and progression by increasing their involvement in in-school activities and developing their desire to attend school. Teachers can alter their classroom practices to prepare students for entering vocational courses in order to well prepare and equip them for the commencement of the new course. Teachers will feel positively challenged to provide adjustments and modifications to best suit students and be rewarded with improved attention and engagement by students due to the increased interest in schooling and education. The school's external image will improve along with the whole school and classroom morale as students gain the personal and social capacities to maintain safe, supportive, and positive behaviors and enterprising skills that will aid them in competing, engaging in classroom activities and tasks. Parents are also assured their kids are attending school and performing well to achieve a set of skills that will benefit their futures. With its success, the school principal may look to implement this intervention as an ongoing initiative within the school moving forward as a way to enhance the school's culture, image, and student performances. With improved performances in behaviour and academic progress by high-risk senior students, welfare staff can focus their attention on other students in high need of academic and welfare assistance and that are at significant probability of becoming high-risk students, especially during the early schooling years.
Our data collection protocol employs a mixed method approach to help inform us on how much students' learning differs and by how much it has changed. As suggested by the New South Wales Department of Education, quantitative and qualitative examinations should be used to better investigate student self-efficacy as a function of engagement. Therefore, survey research was chosen as it allows information about the preferences, attitudes, practices, concerns, and interests of a group of people to be obtained. This data can then be used to gain in-depth information about students' underlying reasoning and motivations with regards to how strongly they feel. This in turn helps to identify possibilities for further research or changes to educational practice. It also allows data to be collected from a larger number of students and can be used to develop a hypothesis for testing using quantitative research.
In order to capture the meaning of this powerful construct, we will independently select items that represent important tasks or elements of vocational training program. By doing so, our initiative can be assessed both in terms of personal competence and context, as these factors can either facilitate or impede the learning process, which can provide a more in-depth, reliable analysis. To measure engagement, participants will be asked to log into their Google Forms or SurveyMonkey via link on their portable devices. A Likert type scale will be selected to help analyze data, as this allows for attitudes, knowledge, perceptions, values, and behavior changes to be measured. Respondents will be asked to express agreement or disagreement on a 4-point Likert type scale. Likert type questions give more granular feedback to allow degrees of opinion to make a difference in understanding feedback and also help to pinpoint areas for improvement. In addition to these methods, teachers will communicate with families when students are absent to follow up on students' social and personal capabilities within and outside the school. Working closely with families regarding school-related issues ensures that students are receiving support from home and school in terms of improving their social and personal capabilities beyond school and the program. Focus groups are created at the end of the term to allow students to self-assess their progress in program, and then we use coding to pick out themes and tackle sensitive situations through triangulation.
We aim to introduce the proposal in Term 1 of Year 12, assess which students are at risk in Week 1, and collect attendance rates via the School Central. In Week 2, we will schedule meetings with at-risk students and introduce the VET program explaining its benefits. Week 3 through to Week 7, students take part in the placements. Week 8, teacher and mentor meetings, followed by a plenary session in Week 9, and finally, program review in Week 10. We will resume collecting attendance data through to Term 4 to monitor ongoing student participation and engagement in school after completion of the program. The following Gantt chart will be used to guide the project.
How does this lead to a cycle of continuous improvement? Improvement must go beyond the time that students spend in school and aims to be a development of lifelong skills. Regular attendance relates to real-life workforce scenarios. If students can be committed to attending class and the training alike on a regular basis, it will reflect on their ability to dedicate themselves to the workforce after school life and understand the importance of attending work on time. The cycle of continuous improvement includes students having a better chance of finding employment after school and thus make safer life decisions as they have developed the personal and social capabilities, skills required for the workforce. Through continued practice within diverse workplaces and projects, students are thus able to gradually improve their interpersonal skills and enhance their technical knowledge for the real world after school, which increases their chances of living a successful life.
In conclusion, we hope this program can be implemented successfully and benefit the students at Granville Boys High School.